Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues with the Twilight / Gleaming. We are playing as the Montana Enclave. Conquered a load of Canada up over here, couldn't hold it for ourselves, so we turned them all into vassals, and honestly, I think that was the right thing to do. Now, we're gonna have to figure out what to do about Nordicon over here, who is led by some sort of weird robot-y thingy, proudly sponsored by Vault-Tec and the US military. Seems like the sort of thing that the Enclave would like to keep for itself. But I could be wrong on that. So we'll go ahead and set up ourselves some battle plans this way, going for the classic airdrops. For some reason, reloading the game for a new recording session says I have a lot more factories than I remember. Sometimes that's a little bit of a mistake and the game just needs to recalculate. Nope, seems to think that I've got myself another 11 factories. All right, well that's fantastic. What are we doing as far as our logistics? You know, equipment-wise, despite the fact that we've had, I would say, not the best factory production, we've done fairly well on the equipment for ourselves. We haven't got any shortages anywhere. It's just, you know, the manpower. The manpower is what's killing me. I do think we go ahead and start producing a whole bunch of these CNC robots. We'll improve these later with a better version of them, but if these guys can give me better suppression value and armor to go for my rioter units, that seems worthwhile to me. By the way, if I look really tired right now, I do apologize for that. The heir, as we've chosen to call my son, has not exactly been making it easy for me to sleep lately. Little boy woke up a couple times in the middle of the night. And then around like 4:45 or so a.m., he starts to fuss, and it's pretty clear he's wide awake and he ain't going to sleep, so I just basically picked him up and I just held on to him and let him snuggle for like 2.5 hours. So that my wife could get a little bit of sleep. But the result is I've only had like 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep last night. So this is unfortunately fairly typical. But that is the way of things, you know. You're a new father and you just sort of accept that sleep is, I was going to say for the weak. It's not for the weak. I desperately need the sleep. I accept that I am weak. But it's optional. You can get away with a lot less than you think. It's just not pleasant. Anyway, what are we doing as far as our... Oh, right, we were going down the whole Fate of Traitors thing. I wanted to find out what the mission event is going to be. But after that's done, we cycle back around to the third campaign, and we should be able to take out Nordicon. All right, as the screen flickered to life, then Colonel wondered... The Colonel's already dead, FYI, so this event needs to be, like, gone by the time that we get to this point. Why the Secretary appeared like this, but she said nothing as the old man spoke. So, you ground the rebels under heel at last. They say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. You are to be congratulated, or should I say Brigadier General, but the Brotherhood was there for a reason. I'm sure you can guess why. So this has to do with us getting rid of the Brotherhood of Steel that was in the Montana chapter. So that's gone, great. But now we get better power armor. I'm a Brigadier. So here's the funny thing. This is supposed to be a trait that gets applied to Colonel What's-Her-Name, right? She's dead now, I don't remember her name, it's not of importance anymore. But because we did this late, my long-term ruler, Special Agent Johnson, gets it instead, and I just get better power armor. Nice! Anyway, like I said, we get over here to things like Lessons of the Winter War. We can do that. We cannot do this one. Why? Let's see, all the following must be true. Nordicon is owned by... Hold up, we can't do this one? There's something going on here. What is this? Oh, I guess it gives me war goals from Cleanup Calgary. Alright, hang on. Do I already have war goals available? Oh, I can declare war right now! See, okay, this is the problem with doing recording sessions where I take little breaks, because sometimes I lose track of what's been going on. Got it. There's no reason we can't just go kill them right now. So let's go ahead and get our airdrops ready, and we'll land around Calgary. I've been to Calgary. Actually flew in there. Didn't stay in Calgary, mind you. Drove my way up toward Banff in the north, which was awesome, honestly. That's where I did my honeymoon, believe it or not. I did my honeymoon in Banff region of Alberta, Canada. Absolutely gorgeous, by the way. 10 out of 10. Very good honeymoon. Happy with that. Anyway, let's go ahead and declare that little war. We're gonna go ahead and tell these people to start their movements, get everyone nice and distracted. Now it's paradrop time. Let's go ahead and start landing all over the place. Boom, 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 bada, 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 boom. And if we're quick, we can start making our push toward places like Calgary proper, which probably is defended. It might not be. I need to call in my vassals. Gosh dang it, I forgot that that was a thing. There we go, and with that, I need to make sure that we are, ideally, pushing here to make sure that we do not lose any units. So let's see how fast some of my units can move. Whoa, 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 if we're gonna run into some resistance there, I don't want to lose my organization. Just gotta be careful. Losing power armor sucks under any circumstances. You guys get in over here, make sure you're taking stuff. Get into Tilly, blah, blah, blah. All right, so if we can get into Calgary, we'll be fine. You need to sit tight You're in trouble because we're getting hit pretty hard. Not sure we're going to be able to get away with this one. How fast can you guys move, out of curiosity? Can you get down here and save these guys? Because they're hitting me pretty... Never mind, they're already dead. I didn't even really have to do anything with Calgary. All right, that was another lightning war, and the game hasn't even processed that the war is properly over yet. Holy crap, they had a lot of factories. That just bumped me up to 105. What? Wow, okay. Well, let's go to those riders over here then, and let's see if there's anything we can do to add in, not infantry, that's not what I want. I want robots, robot platoons, support robots. Is that right? Yeah, I guess it does increase the suppression value by 3.3. See, the robot thing has always been weird to me because there's like light support robots and there's heavy support robots. I would expect this to be broken down by like command and control robots for suppression value. But I don't think that's how that works. I think this is in fact what we're looking for. And we should have that many robots in storage? Really? Well, I'll toss a whole lot on here, and we're going to see how effective that actually is. So, support robots. Yeah, I have many thousands of robots. Namely Protectrons, which are not intended for the purpose of suppression. They're intended for attack. So, when the game says I'm gaining 3.3 suppression value, I'm not totally sure I believe it. That said, though, these CNC bots should eventually be getting out there, right? I mean, that's got to be right, because there is no other form of robot battalion to add here. Yeah, that's always been a little confusing to me. All right, whatever, that's fine. Nordicon, I'm going to take all to start. We may very well decide that I need to release a couple of folks. It really does depend on how things are looking for my my current, oh wow, yeah, for all my resistance, which is pretty massive across the board in a lot of places. Ouch. Yeah, we don't have enough troops to necessarily go around and deal with some of these guys, at least not yet. That said, some of the small nations are, like, really tiny, so pacifying them's not going to be hard, really. Right, I just need more manpower. That's what it comes down to. I need a lot more manpower. What else can I do? We've already got the new citizen care package. I can invest in the military academy, but that just gets me experience. I need manpower. That's what I need. I'll invest in grain solicitations, which gets me more monthly population, but also boost stability a tiny bit. Not that I think that really matters exactly, but I mean, whatever. At least it feels good. It feels like I'm doing something, all right? Sometimes it's not actually about making the right choices. Sometimes it's about having the sense of control. Whether you actually are in control or not is like a totally different question, all right? Oh, and there go all my factories. Okay, yeah, kind of figured that might happen. I suppose one thing we could do is literally just release people to try and get them to give their factories to me, because that's the thing that vassals do, I think, not right off the bat, right? And Calgary has a shocking number of military factories. So I can either commit to trying to pacify this, and it'll take a while, but I'll gain all of it myself, or we can just release these guys. And by releasing them, they'll give me some of their factories up front, and I don't have to worry as much about the manpower around it. Yeah, Calgary and Bonavista. Let's go ahead and release these guys as puppets. Okay, that way I don't have to worry about pacifying these people. And hopefully that means... Okay, that got me at least a few more factories. Not as many as I want, but it got me some. We should definitely make sure we are still spending some of my army experience, by the way. Special forces capacity, or just make them stronger, blah, blah, blah. Out of curiosity, how many more of these can I even train? I feel like we can get a lot. Yeah, I can get so many more power armor divisions. I don't feel like I need to increase my special forces capacity right now. I'd rather just go ahead and spend this and just, like, make them stronger. How are things going down here in the south? Well, the Kaiser is still holding off against the Hangdogs. That's surprising in and of itself. Baja's been released, the NCR's been split, and she, weirdly enough, is actually punching through the heartlands of the NCR. What the heck is happening? I'm not even playing a role in this. This is usually the kind of cluster I would expect that the player was getting involved, but it's going completely off the rails. All right, well, we finished the lessons of the Winter War. Let's get down over to cleaning up the mess, which is going to get me some sort of an event. Tolerance for different views. I'm just saying, if I am not offered the option to be extremely intolerant of different views, then this does not feel like a very authentic Enclave run. Since I'm going to be sitting around waiting for focuses anyway, let's go ahead and clean up the Lord's Anointed, get these guys out of here. I don't like that the Crimson Acolytes share the same color as I do. It's just downright confusing. The Northern Khans are a little bit too close to that as well, but I don't know. I just want to clean up some of the borders, grab more vassals, territory, something, I don't know. We can afford it, why the heck not? Here we go. Lord's Anointed. Go, go. And launch all the paratroopers. Let's go ahead and cut off a bunch of troops from their reinforcements. Boom, 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 bada, bada, boom. And there we go. All right, these guys are now ripe for the killing. Ha, 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 ha. All right, tolerance for different views. Some may say that Nordicon is a monstrous alien or an inhuman abomination, but we here in the Enclave know that it's quite possible to work with it for a reasonable purpose. Indeed, think of all we've learned from it. Who needs a Zax when we have a biological construction processing calculations using Wastelander gray matter? Right, we gain access to sophisticated electronics tech. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. So let's go for a Cold Wind Blows, and that officially is gonna wrap up the 3rd military campaign. Of course, grab that increased research speed, and we should have just finished full access to the VBO2 gunships. So now we have access to the best cast in the game. Shouldn't be too much longer before these guys are going to fall. At least I hope that that is the case. Need to take down Ida Home real quick. Why are you guys so slow? Because you're not moving, even though I told you to. I hate when their orders get reset like that. It's super duper frustrating and unnecessary. But all right, come on, a little bit more. And that should do it. All right, the Lord's Anointed have been destroyed. Also the Murtaugh Reformers. These guys, I think we just go ahead and puppet. Why bother? And that cleans all of that stuff up. All right, 2 more little vassals down over that way. Hooray! Wow, that actually got me a lot of factories too. We jumped up to 112 there. Nice. Let's focus mostly on just getting me some upgrades for my equipment so we have the most value per manpower possible. I mean, I can't field more units, but I can definitely make the units I've already got more effective, right? That's my entire thought. Alrighty, that should complete the final campaign. Now, I've already spent all my favors with the minister, the secretary. Sorry, I keep wanting to call him minister. I don't know why. So there's nothing really to do there. That seems bugged, by the way. It seemed like I only had to get 1 favor, and I had access to all of these. Bizarre. But this leads into what is ultimately the finale for the Enclave, and I don't know what to expect here, but I'm hoping it's awesome. Let this be our final battle. Please tell me it's not just a pop-up saying, well done, game over. Tell me it's actually a final battle. If I don't hear boss music, I'm gonna be very disappointed. How's resistance looking? Most places it's starting to improve. Obviously, the newly conquered territory would be the most obvious exception, so we'll focus our spies down that direction, try to save ourselves some manpower. That resistance is gonna be getting out of control, right? Yeah, we got 45% resistance down here in Highchapel. Ouch! And let's also get that military sign-on bonus again, so we get ourselves a bit more mobilization and weekly stuff. That's all good. We make a lot of bottle caps, though. I will say that's one nice thing. 300-something thousand bottle caps per month. When you own a whole load of economic nodes, it adds up. Let this be our final battle. Has anything happened? He's pleased. I gain a favor. Tell me I'm getting a pop-up. Really, though. Anything. Anything at all to make this entertaining. Really? Nothing? Nothing at all. Really? That's it. Okay. Mod developers, all right? I know, hi, it's me, Pravus. I know you don't owe me anything, all right? I'm just some dumb YouTuber who makes stupid mistakes in HoI4 and somehow people watch me. However, I think we can all agree that after all this buildup and pain working on the Enclave side of things, getting to something with big purple, all caps text that says, let this be our final battle, feels like there ought to be something. It's time to face the Midwestern chapter. We will help Chicago crush these abominations once and for all. I mean, not today. Obviously, the map hasn't been expanded yet. Okay, fine. More sections and expansions need to be done. But are you telling me that I wasted my time? Come on, give me something. Even if it's a placeholder, give me something to feel like that was worth it. All right, I totally believe that at some point in the future, as the map grows, this is going to be a special event that will lead to a massive war around Chicago and stuff like that. I believe it, okay? It'll be cool someday. But if you're gonna release something as awesome as the Enclave back into this mod, there needs to be some sort of a culmination, even if it's a placeholder. Come on! At least now I can research the advanced power armor for the Enclave. I mean, I've already finished everything. What's the point? Ooh, plasma rifles. I didn't even know we could get those. Nice. But yeah, 308 days. I finished. I finished. There's no reason to continue. It's not like this sets me up for some big fight against the Kaiser or the NCR. Not that these guys are gonna last that much longer anyway, mind you, but like, there's nothing to do. And it's gonna be 308 days, which is a very long time to wait to get power armor when I'm yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. All I can say is that I'm well aware that you guys probably feel a little bit disappointed too, that was maybe a little bit anticlimactic, let's say. But there you go. Maybe the Liberty Tree is a lot more fun. I don't know. Maybe if you play this faction, you should really get a pop-up or something that says, hey, just so you know, if you go down this route, it's not totally done. Maybe choose this route instead for some fun times. I don't know. All right, fine. What do we want to do now at this point? Because I got a little bit of time to pad into this, but I do think it's probably about time to end this series then, since there's really no practical way that I'm going to be going up against any other major players. Are there any nearby factions to deal with? No, it's just the Kaiser. And, I mean, really, like, there's no point. What am I going to do? I don't want to get down over here and fight the Kaiser. That's just going to be insane. I don't have the manpower to sustain what I've got right now, let alone get down here. I mean, the only thing I can think I really want to do at this point is maybe, like, actually re-annex the Washington Enclave. For which I'm going to need about 300 political power, which is not cheap by any stretch, but I'd like to just take this territory back and say, no, that was mine. Let me rectify the Secretary's big oopsie. I mean, I guess I say that I don't have any manpower with which to do anything. I am starting to actually build up manpower now, which is great. We're finally getting to that point. So I could go fight against, like, the Kaiser and stuff. She's Fawn just got completely wrecked here, but the NCR won't last much longer. But the thing is, like, there's no way I could fight the Kaiser. I'm not stupid. This is as if I played as a small little minor nation, all right? I get myself up to, like, 40 divisions, then I think I can take on the Soviet Union all by myself. It's just not very likely. I mean, look at the intel here. We're suggesting the Kaiser probably has something like 180 deployed divisions. Okay? Compare that to, like, my 45 or whatever it is. No, it's just not happening. There's no way. I could probably beat them eventually, but I need to conquer all these people, pacify all of them, get all their manpower, and sit around for probably the next, like, 4 hours just trying to coax out enough manpower to get enough units to even be even with the Kaiser, and in the meantime, they're going to be conquering stuff of their own. Like, it's just... No. I like usually ending a series on a bang where I take out all the other factions, but... in this case, the Enclave simply did not get strong enough. And that feels sad to say. What is this event, by the way? Hold on. Support from the Secretary of the Interior. Dispatch the Wanimingos to a bunch of different people. What is this? No, really though. What is this? Hang on. Can I send something to, like, let's say the nomads of the far north? Because these are the people I'm planning on attacking next. Yeah, here we go. Active for 5 days. Send a small amount of bottle caps. Get event aliens? All right. I don't know what I just asked the secretary to do, but for the next 5 days, these guys are getting an event called aliens. And I don't know what that means. Alien infestation, is this it? Division attack reduced. Is that it, though? I mean, okay. I guess it's just scaring people. Well, let's go ahead and conquer Malta and take away the nomads of the far north. Aliens indeed. I mean, fair enough. Like, the armor for the Enclave does look vaguely alien-ish, right? Kind of bug-eyed, yeah? Oh, dang it. A bunch of my power armor units died trying to take over this city. That is the first time I've lost a bunch of units, and of course it was like right before the end of the dang series. I almost had a perfect run! Almost. It's fine, though. I can train up a stinking ton more. I don't even have to feel bad about it. I've even got enough manpower to train up 7 more of these guys. That's great. And actually, it looks like we're going to lose a whole lot more power armor. Wow, these guys actually had a lot more than I expected. I didn't even do any recon on these guys. Oh, they actually have a pretty decent army. Good, 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 good. I'm losing all my glorious power armor now. Yay! Oh, and great. Just to add a little insult to injury, somebody is asking to take away one of my civilian workshops. Why? At this point, I've already supplied so much for you. Just gonna do what I call a little cross-cut maneuver. Never mind, they are already dead. Alrighty, thank you for all the weaponry and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the advanced materials and stuff for myself, and then we'll just puppet the rest, because who's got the manpower to deal with this? Not this guy. There we go. Alright, at least the Montana Enclave is looking nice and swole. And I'm amazed, by the way, the NCR is still alive. I mean, she has, like, almost nothing left to destroy here. The Kaisar somehow has pushed all the way up this direction. They're barely holding out around Kirby. Oh, Poyo, you guys are so doomed. And you know one of the things that's really crazy to me about being this far into the game? We've got 382 factories, almost 200 civilian workshops in use, and 170 of them are having to go to consumer goods. In part because this gosh dang self-sufficient society thing that I'm stuck with. Playing as the Enclave seems like an objectively terrible way to play the game, which is weird. Oh man, not what I expected. Hey, question. Since when have I been able to switch away from self-sufficient society, and when did this happen? I thought I specifically was not allowed to get away from this, and all of a sudden I can? Right. I'm not sure when that changed, but that just got me 60 plus factories. Oh, for the love of God. How long has that been a thing? How long? Don't even tell me. I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. It'll just make me sad. You know what? I'm just going to say it's because I'm sleep deprived. All right? It's the baby's fault. That's why I didn't even check these things. Usually there's a highlight around this if you can change it, okay? I'm just saying. Somewhere down the line, this was not supposed to be a thing. Hey, look! Advanced power armor. Well, at least I can say we got this part done. Out of curiosity, I know we need to end this series up here, but let's just take a look here and see what the stat differences are. So this APA, soft attack 10, breakthrough 18 and stuff, compared to what I've currently got of 6 and 12. So yeah, this stuff is like, what, 40% better in general? Much more hardness value too, really good defense value, oh yeah. And it gets even better once you move on to the Mark II, which is another 478 days away. No problem. Well, unsurprisingly, that quadrupled how quickly I can reduce the autonomy for the Washington Enclave. So now we are literally just a couple of days away from being able to press the button with a good 300-something of our political power ready to go. Oh, right, of course, they're increasing their autonomy, actually, because they're fighting in a war for me against the Crimson Acolytes. Right, that makes sense. Won't be enough to save you, though. Boom, annex them. And of course, that does mean we now have to put down the resistance for this entire area all over again, which I've always thought is weird. If you annex a subject, you've had enough time to do that, I feel like you should get naturally very high compliance, but whatever. Anyway, at least now my font looks proper big. Wowzers, what a weird campaign. Alright, well, that didn't end the way that I thought it was going to, folks, but I don't see any point in dragging it out. It's just going to be beating down lots of small folks and lots of waiting around for not a lot of benefit. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this anyway. Clearly, this focus tree with the Enclave is going to become awesome once the mod gets more expansions. Until then, it's just a tease. Don't bother, we're going with the Enclave. Reform America, serve the people. That's what you probably should have done anyway. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.